Really love the energy and the info on this channel. That said, as someone who finally started saving in 2020 at 39 and then spending all that savings in 2022 in order to catch up on bills after my partner died, before I can save to invest / cash flow, I need to make more money. I'm a single mom of a disabled kid and 2 kids in college, no other family, and I am self-employed. I'm hand to mouth. There is no leftovers. There's never more than just enough. Are there any strategies for folks in a situation like me? My name is Darius.
And I'm Carmen. Welcome to the Wealth Nation channel, where financial freedom isn't just a dream, it's a reality. Now, this is heavy. We saw this comment a while ago, and it touched us so much. So one, thank you for your comment. We actually do read comments, and we reply as much as we possibly can. But we felt so moved to talk to you because, for me, I'm getting emotional just because I remember, one, having had a disabled child. I'm not a single mom. I have had moments in business, right, where things have been up, down, rounds and rounds, and trying to figure out how to move forward. So thank you. Thank you for having the courage to ask your question. Thank you for having the courage to continue to show up every single day, not only for yourself, but for your children. Just thank you.
Right. And one of the conversations that Carmen and I were having prior to recording this video is the fact that in the experience, not just you, but everybody, what everybody needs to understand is they're not a victim. The only thing that makes you a victim is when you subscribe to that. Mm-hmm. And victims can't function and make decisions. And when I think about the experience of, having a disabled child, and you're having a disabled child, is we're going through this experience because we can't handle it. And we're continuing to show up and watch YouTube videos is because we're looking for something. We're on a cusp or precipice of discovering something that's going to make our situation better for ourselves so that we can share that information with somebody else. A lot of times we think that we're in this isolated from other people, but really we're all in this thing together. We're all in this thing together. Black, white, red, or purple. Man, woman, or whatever you identify as, we're all in this thing together, and we're having each experience so that we can help somebody else go through an experience that they're having. Mm-hmm. So the fact that you have a disabled child is giving you strength for other people that have children with disabilities. Mm-hmm. And when we think about what you can do, you said your hand to mouth, but you're getting information. You're self-employed and you have a business that has no ceiling. There's no ceiling on that business. Mm-hmm. The only thing that has to change is
your mindset. Yeah. The best part about this is that you're in the best position possible because you're a business owner, right? Because when you are a business owner, exactly what Darius was saying, your income isn't capped. But what you have to do is you have to allow yourself to see that. Mm-hmm. And you have to figure out ways to really look inward. And we're saying this for anybody that's like feeling in this same circumstance, right? We get this often is just, Darius and Carmen, how do I get more cash flow? Like every bill that I pay comes from every dollar that I earn. Right? So when we think about this whole process is you have to recognize as yourself as the asset, right? Because somebody is paying you money, some way, shape, or form. So again, like Darius said, you are not a victim of your circumstance. And we're not saying per the subscriber that you're taking on that tone. We're just saying for anybody who's watching this right now, is you are not a victim of your circumstance. Whatever happens to you happens for you. Okay. And it's, you have to then look in the mirror and determine, am I going to rise up or am I going to continue to stay where I am and stay in the living hell? Right? Because that's really what you're saying is I'm so uncomfortable right now that you have to decide, do you want to stay in that comfort zone or do you want to get uncomfortable and figure out how to create more cash flow for yourself?
Right. And as you're talking, I'm thinking everybody has a story.
Yeah.
Everybody has a story. Every business has a story, and even our country has a story. Think about the story of our country and what we built on that story. Think about the story of some of these Fortune 500 companies and what they built on that story. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Think about the story that you currently have that separates you from everybody else, what you can build on that story. So it's just a matter of us continuing to put one foot in front of the other, be it us consuming information on when we have the time to, when we have a free time, be it us taking additional class when we have the time. How much more can we put into our business?
Yeah, the idea behind this, so I'm going to speak specifically to our dear subscriber who had the comment, is what I would recommend. You said that you were self-employed. I don't necessarily know if that means you also have other employees or what's going on, but typically what happens with individuals who address themselves as self-employed is you're probably working you have all of the hats. And if you have all of the hats, then what I totally recommend that you do, if you're in the circumstances, to read the book, the letter E, the E Myth. And you can listen to it on Audible when you're caring for your child, or you can read it, in the wee hours of the night when you have moments for yourself. But this book is really about elevating yourself and ascending to a point where you're moving from carrying all the hats, and you can move into a managerial role in your own business. You can move into other assets of your other areas of your business so that you can start growing it, right? Because you can't grow your business if you're continuing to wear all of the hats. And also you can't grow you can't grow your business if you don't trust other people to help you manage your business, right? So is there anything at this point that you can just start outsourcing, little things here and there where somebody can help you that will free you up maybe in even an hour of your time so that you can focus on sales or new business or whatever it is that's going to help you create revenue generating activities?
Or just so you can breathe.
Single mom. Right.
Sometimes we just need time to reflect and breathe.
And the other thing, right? So if I'm hand to mouth for all of our family members who are out there, if I'm hand to mouth, again, you are the asset. Don't ever forget that. You are the asset. You are the reason why people are paying you money. You may not be getting the salary that you like or the income that you like. That's because you don't see the value that you currently have.
And it starts there.
If you saw the value that you could bring to the table, then you would be getting paid better wages, right? So you may be in a circumstance right now where you don't even know what your value is, and your income reflects that. That's really all this is. Your income reflects the value that you think you can bring to the world.
Or your opinion about yourself. Every decision we make is based on an opinion that we have of ourselves, even the prices that we set.
So Wealth Nation, for all of you in our comments that say, I don't have enough money at the end of the day, that's not the story. That's the story you think. The real story is that you don't think you have enough value. And that's why you don't have enough money. And there's probably a caveat to this. And maybe you're making a decent income, but you're not using your money wisely. There's only two stories. You can spin it however you want to.
Right.
But there's two stories. You either don't see value or you're not valuing what you get.
Can you say that one more time?
I say that to you all the time. Give me some. You either don't have enough value, or dang, what did I say?
You either
don't see the value, or you don't value what you have. Right? So we just had to take a moment. We don't need to talk about whole life insurance on this video. We don't need to talk about anything but mindset. Right? Because again, and alluding to life insurance for our dear subscriber, right? You said your partner passed. And you had to spend your savings to pay bills from when your partner passed. So what that now tells me again is that you all didn't have life insurance. If you don't have life insurance, you have children and you have a disabled child. What is going to happen to your family if something were to happen to you, single mom? You are working hand to mouth. Your motivation right now needs to be figure out how you can free up cash flow so you can get life insurance for your family, so that your children can be taken care of.
And the reason why it took us such a long time, it actually took us a very long time to respond to this comment because of the experience that we personally had. So we wanted to make sure that we can get the message across without the emotion behind it, because we lost our daughter. Our daughter was
our second daughter.
She had some health challenges and she passed away. But one thing that we did is we had life insurance on her. One thing that we have on ourselves is life insurance. One thing that we have on our daughter is life insurance. One thing that our parents have is life insurance. And along with that is we want to make sure that there's instruction on how to use those life insurance policies for our daughter. The reason why we have a trust now is because we had a daughter with a terminal illness. So every experience that we have has to move us to make a bigger decision on what we think is the best thing for us in the future, on the value that we think we can place on a decision that we can make, because every decision we make is based on the opinion that we have of ourselves. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what is the opinion that we have on ourselves if we're making poor decisions with our money? Not saying that this individual is making any poor decisions, but it just in general, as we're having a conversation, open conversation with everybody, what decisions are we making with money that shows that we actually value ourselves?
Yeah. And also too, subconsciously you may, or consciously you may not even be knowing that you're making poor decisions, right? Because a lot of times it's just programming. You're just doing what you know because that's all you know. So,
but that doesn't make it right.
Yeah, that doesn't make it right.
Because we have access to so much information where we can be aware that the decisions that we've made for over the past 30 years of our lives financially may not have been the best decisions for us. Mm-hmm. And we can look across the fence and see, hey, there's people over here that has the same 24 hours in a day, has the same age as us, the same health, but they're able to make different decisions. Mm-hmm. They're making different decisions because they have different inputs into their minds and experiences on how to make financial decisions differently. Mm-hmm.
And the other thing too, so going back to the comment is like, how do I make more money? How do I create more cash flow? And again, going back to just the comment, I'm hand to mouth. For anybody who's listening out there, remember that you have knowledge in a specific subject. For you, my loving single mom, you have very specific skill set. You have a disabled child.
And 2 kids in college. Yeah. You know how many people can do that? Or how many people that story could resonate with, and how you're maintaining even your sanity?
Mm-hmm. You have, and what I was...
You need a cape.
Absolutely you need a cape. The what I was alluding to is the fact that your specific knowledge is in the specific disability, whatever it is, right? Because there are millions of families. It wasn't until we had a disabled child where we were plugged into the network of the millions of families around the world that have disabled children and need resources and need service and need whatever it is to help make sure their children have the best quality of life, right? So you have a specific knowledge in that. Is there a gap in the market where you could maybe start exploring to start serve more families based off of the information that you just have? And that's a specific example that I'm sharing, right? And think about that for anyone else. What is a specific piece of knowledge that you're currently sitting on that maybe you're taking for granted because you just do it every day and it's normal? Well, I can tell you, for us who had a disabled newborn, we could have used every piece of information that anybody would give us at that time.
Yeah, even being home on hospice, all the equipment and tubes and switching out air tanks and schedules and everything that came along with having a kid on hospice, that was a lot. Mm-hmm. But it's something that we started taking for granted after a while because we just wanted to spend time with that kid. We got it into a routine and a habit that I think we really took for granted because we got good at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the idea behind all of this, again, going back to, we're going to keep talking about it. You are the asset. You are the asset. So whatever we can do, and we hope that you got value in this video, because... And going back to what Darius was saying, it took us so long to respond. Yes, we want you all to see the emotion, and we want you to see that we're coming off as genuine as we possibly can. We also knew that we needed to be able to communicate clearly.
Without crying and snotting at the
nose. So this obviously is near and dear to our hearts. And after having children, after having our experience with our second daughter, we have 2 girls. One is living and one has passed. It just completely changed our trajectory of life and our business. And we're sharing this with you all because we now see our value differently, right, than what we saw even 2 years ago, even 6 months ago. Our value in what we can do and what we can create to the public and the Wealth Nation channel has completely changed. And that's because of the life experiences that we have. So what life experiences are you sitting on that can make you a better person, that can change someone else's life, that can serve your community, serve your family, whatever it is, you need to be all over it. And the best part about it is today, folks, you can share all of that information with your cell phone. Right? We started our YouTube channel with our cell phone.
And a stack of books.
So, as the tripod. So you can't tell me that you don't have any abilities out there to reach people and to start making money and to start changing lives. There is no excuse. You have every resource that you could possibly need right in the palm of your hands.
So we hope this information was valuable to you. Again, we shared this from our heart, no script, no anything. We just had the comment and we just felt like it was important for us to say something about this because, again, it's very near and dear to our heart. So continue to share your comments. We do look at the comments. We get comments fast and furious. And there's only so many that the two of us can comment on, but continue to leave your comments and know that we're looking at them.
Mm-hmm. And we appreciate you. And again, we couldn't have built the Wealth Nation channel if it wasn't for your comments, for your viewership. So we take this seriously. We appreciate your support and all the business that's come from it as well. Again, because we wouldn't be here without you. So Wealth Nation, remember to own your own lifestyle.
Or someone else will.